So, hi everybody and welcome back. This is Unreal Engine 5 full game tutorial for absolute beginners. And in this tutorial, we will continue, of course, with our game, which is video number 10. And my goal is to create a full game in 40 days. And in 40 days, it start this game jam. You can go here to itch.io, game jams. There are many game jams, but we are concentrating on us in this video for this epic mega jam, which is here on 26, and when you go down you can find it here, this 2022 epic mega jam. And till before this one starts I won't be finished, so that's my timeline for this project. And you can see now I have 10 days left. I'm not working all day. Normally when you make something like that you should spend a little bit more time, not like me, only a little bit. But yeah, you can make it in different ways, right? And still 2 weeks is not much time. And in this game jam, when you participate, you should participate. It's a very good motivation, and it shows you test yourself. There you will have even less time. You have only 7 days to create something, and you need to plan it a little bit better and work a little bit more steady and much better than me. But whatever, don't forget it, join here, it's a good motivation, and the real goal is to release a full game, and we do it before the game jam starts. So we stopped there where I created in my last video this widget, and let's watch our plan first. And I make it very simple. First of all, I watch this plan. You can see this was my first plan. I said, here, these are my parts which I want, and you can see right now where I am. I'm here on the top. And my second plan that was not so good, but enough to work with, is my list. I said you should take here this one, make a list. This is my list here. And I finished this top here, and this widget was not finished. All the other kinds I finished. And of course you can use a better software than me here. This is just randomly created, but you see it's very still fast. I know exactly where I am. I'm here on the block top. This block top, I finished all this kind. Now this widget is a bigger task. I need more time for it, and I spent here in this video the time now to create this widget. But this is my plan, that's enough. I'm now on track and I set it up. Now what I can do is go to the widget. Sorry. And I said that I'm not creating this widget, right? I said in my last video, I will use this widget here, which we can see, which is this endless runner creator. And here I want to tell you something what many starters, let's say, treat a little bit wrong. And what I mean with that is many starters think at least you should try to make all from scratch, and actually that's a good thing if you can do that, all kind of things of scratch, because they see the big studios, they do most time all from scratch, but not all things. Also, even the big studios create not all things from scratch. They reuse many things which they already created in other projects, or they even use also free available assets on the marketplace in different places. So they are not using all from scratch, but what they do is, and that's very important, and that's the point what many starters don't understand, so they try to still make all things unique, even they don't use it from scratch. How is this possible? Because it is possible like this. I show you that one. So like I said, I want to reuse this widget because I'm bad in design, for example, or I don't want to waste time. For example, this already exists, and then I can use it. But what they do is, in general, they take this one and then they change it a little bit. For example, they make this hurt. You can see this kind of hurt. You can see in million different shapes, colors, and whatever. So just change this hurt, whatever this picture is, and change the color or this color, and change here a little bit, change here perhaps the menu, and then it becomes more unique. That's what many starters don't, let's say they understand it, but they don't want to use, is reusing assets, and actually that's a wrong attempt, I think. This is my personal thinking, because you will spend a lot of time if you make all from scratch, because the big studios, these AAA studios, they have many programmers, designers, and all this kind of stuff person. Let's say they have 40 people. They can afford it to make it from scratch with this many of people, and they have also the money to pay this many of people to do it from scratch, because that still takes much time. But as a starter, don't do this. Just what you should do, that is my recommendation, just try to get so many free assets as possible. And the most important part, what you should look out, and that's very important, these assets which you want to use in your project for shipping, in this case commercial use, check the license if you have the right to do it. That is the most important part, this license checking, because that can cause later big problems if you have not the right to use it in your project. And here one more hint: all the free assets in Epic Store and this marketplace, they are almost all, still check it, but normally they are almost all under Unreal Engine Epic license, and which means you are allowed to use them with Unreal Engine 5 projects or Unreal Engine projects. And of course they are for commercial use as well, which means they want that you use these assets so that you can create games and try to sell out. That's very important, and do this so you waste not much time. And the thing is, like I said, the only downside of reusing assets is that many other people can do this as well, and you should change them. Try to change them. Like I show you here, I say, okay, hey, here's this endless runner creator. Let's use this template. Let's copy this. I will copy this in a moment here, and then I have to change it. So we go to the next step, how I can copy this. I showed you this already in one of my tutorials. The thing is, you should just migrate this one to your problem. Here's another problem. This one is made with Unreal Engine 4, and now I use Unreal Engine 5. Keep in mind that many things in Unreal Engine 4 still works in Unreal Engine 5, but not all things, because Unreal Engine 5 has new features, and it can happen that all thing is not perfectly compatible, but most time you get a compiler error, and you can fix this. You can use this compiler error to see what is not compatible and then replace this place. And I show you how we make this now. So, because I want to use this widget here, like I said, I'm in the point where I should create a widget, and in my case, I want not use this this programming. Normally, you would even prefer a full programmed widget so that you have not even to program. If you find a template which is free to use, why not? Just use it for your program when it looks cool. There are sometimes really nice widgets which are really cool. The biggest problem about this widget, these assets which are free, is not actually that it's not reusable. The biggest problem is you have not the knowledge to understand it so that you can change it. So that's a big problem for starters, because like I said, this migration here will be easy, but later to understand what they did here, you need knowledge. So you need to know all these nodes and what they do. For example, you need to know what this envelope sign means here. You need to know how all this kind of stuff, right? That is, yeah. Also not to underestimate. And why I'm saying that, a very good example is not this here, perhaps. This one is, let's say, still simple. It looks simple. It's also not so simple. There are many things which you need to know. I will show you this later when we are going to program. But a better example is with Unreal Engine 5. You probably know it. Lyra, this first-person shooter game example template, is out with Unreal Engine 5, and this Lyra is also something you can't just reuse it. It has many things built in, absolute amazing stuff, and you can make a real nice shooter game out of it. The problem is, many starters have not the knowledge how Lyra is implemented and what they put, because Lyra is actually not so easy under the hood because there is so much components involved. They use their ability systems, they used other inventories, multiplayer, all this kind of stuff. You can build up on it, you can learn on it, but the problem is you still need the knowledge, which means many tutorials to understand it. And yeah, with that said, let's continue. So here we as a starter, we reuse code. So, and here in this case, I even don't know, because this is Unreal Engine 4, if this will work. Normally, all kind of stuff in Unreal Engine 4 works also in Unreal Engine 5. Only some features not, which are deprecated, and we will figure this out later. In my case, I want this here. I'm too lazy to create all this here. I could create this one by hand. You can see I could go here and say what he did here. He added here a text. He added this one, and then he added this. For example, I could make this one also one by one. But why waste time when we can do it faster? So, and in my case, before I go migrate this one here, I said I'm not interested in this code here, because I will change here this menu here a little bit, because I want to make it even more simplified than it is already, because he is using here in this project another menu, and I make this more simplified, which means more or less you should check if you need this functionality what is already programmed here. In my case, no, because he is using here something with interfaces, and I don't want to use his interfaces and so on. I want to create them all myself, and probably I don't need even this one here. This one I can kick out, but don't change all time the templates. Careful when you use templates. Templates means if you have something like this one, make all time something like that. What I do, just a duplication, and the name is not very important. Well, let's call this here just duplicate, and duplicated base. Let's call this base duplicated, just for fun, so that I know that is the one which I work with. And now in this one I change my thing, so I don't use the original file. You should not use all time this one, so I can kick this out. This is a duplicated version, which means now what I do is just I don't need anything here. That's why I kick them out. Here this design, if you don't need anything here else, you would kick it out, but right now I think I can keep this, because most of them I will just take. And here I check if I kick out variables. You can see here are many variables. The problem is I don't know which variables are here taken from here to here and which are created variables. Yeah, I should watch this perhaps. Let me see if I can see this instantly here in a moment. Can I see that? Can I see that anyhow? I don't know. Perhaps these variables are just yeah, must check if these variables are used. Oh no, they have. I checked to one by one now. And see here, if I click here what this is, button pause, and then when I click here what this one, yeah, you have to check this variable and if this is used or not. But in my case, I think they are all fine here. And if I compile, then it would give me an error now, not necessarily actually, but now let's check this variable as well. Find references, and here, what is this kind of stuff? And now you can see in this one, I'm in the same, is this the duplicated one? Yeah, all this kind of stuff here I should probably kick out as well. There's functions here. I don't use any function, but these are a little bit, yeah, the functions are related to this assignment here. And if I know, so before you kick this out, you should see if you want to use them or not. In my case, I don't want to use them, which means I want to use just here, just this design here, right? All this other assignments you just keep if you want exactly use that. Normally it's good to use the functionality as well, but in my case I want to make this even more simple. You saw there were a lot of functions, and let's see if there is more, and events. I want to make it a little bit more simplified. And all right, with that said, this is the version which I want. All right, and then what I do now is I select this duplicated version. Did I kick the wrong one out? Please not, no. Good. So this one is the duplicated version. You select this one. Now right click, asset action, and we know this, right? Migrate, and you can see we have here a lot of things. The problem is, I don't know why. Should be less normally. We go here fast, here this fix, and it should look normally less, but it looks still much. Oh, common assets, audio. I'm not so sure if I really need all this one here. Audio, I don't see any audio here. Anyway, you select this, and anyhow, these are all related here anyhow. But I thought I kicked all thing out here, but it looks like I have not kicked all thing out what I should kick out. Ah, now I get it why. Oh crap. No, the user widget is not. No, that's okay. All right, I don't know why they are. Let's migrate all, and let's kick them out in our project where we finalize that, so that I don't have here check all, because when I kick out here I normally try to make it as less minimal as possible. But okay, I migrate this now to my project, and this one, I do this one here fast. Where is it, my project again? I go to documents like all time in Unreal projects, and then I go here down to my project, which is for development and not my final project. I said I have two projects, one for final where I put only that in what is really for release, and one for development. And then I go there to content again, and in content I migrated. So it says here on the bottom, content migrate complete successful, so all went fine. Then I close this one. This is this mobile game content, mobile game component. Here I migrated it, and you can see here is my content. This is my game folder which I created my last time, and this one is added here. And here I don't know, I have things. Okay, I don't know how they were anyhow communicate. It was anyhow reference with this asset. I checked not this out because I want to not waste too much time. And now I have here many things which I probably don't need. And yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, many things you don't need, but that happens. That's not a big problem for us, because what we do is I'm interested in just, where is it? Where is that what I'm interested in? I'm interested in the, where is it? A good question. Where is this widget here? UI. And okay, now I get it why we have this kind of stuff. Probably because of this all other things. I can't open it. I can open it. And let me see this graph. Yes, I have this one here. Was associated. Yeah, I wanted to avoid this normally. And this one is my duplicated. Normally this one should be only here. But here, this one here, you can see this one. And this one is also a widget blueprint, and this one was included here, which means the mistake what I made is, and that's not so wild, you can see this one is included, this one needs to be here to use this one here, and the other ones I have not checked what they have associated, and probably there were code, and if you have code, then all this code is again associated with this one, but it's okay. That's not wild. So with that said, it's still fast. I will show you that it's still fast because I kick now here out. And like I said, here it's anyway for development, but nice is I have now this symbols here, because I said this takes normally time to make in a 3D software. Normally you would go, if you make all from scratch, create these symbols, or you get it from any library which you have already, perhaps. And in my case, I just use his, and it's allowed. That's good. So let's go and go to Blueprints UI. I'm interested only in this kind of stuff, and which means I use it. I will just use it, and I will kick out other things which I don't use it. So with that said, I have here a widget in my game. Let's go here to game menu. This one was that what I want to use. So, but I have now this one, and I can now just use that one. But you can see in graph I kicked all out, and the other things what you see here, you have to check if you really need them. In my case, I check them very easy. I kick. Normally you should kick out all that what you don't need. And here this things button. Probably I need most of them. The problem was perhaps I should make this again and just kick out all the functionality here, because here are many things which I don't need, struct and so on. All right, but you get the idea, right? What you have to do, you have just to clean up. You can clean up here or in the other side. In my case, let's clean up. Let's clean up just here, I think. And yeah, normally cleanup means here just kick out this what you don't need. We can test it. I should make this before. For example, here the audio file. Let me make this fast. I kick out this one. Yes, force delayed, I don't care. Okay. Whatever. Kick out all things. And if this is out, this one oh no. Wanted to kick you out as well. What's the problem here? Delayed. And okay, we have no audio file. We can delete this. Okay, this one here. Okay, you get the idea. Now this cleaning stuff I will not make here online. I make this offline. You clean and keep only the things which you have here, right? And then you put this in your widget. And yeah, with that said, I stop now this video. I make this offline, this cleaning, and then what I'm doing is in the end is I will have exactly this widget here, what you can see here. I kick this out. Anyhow, yeah, no, here, which I have here. In the end, I will have just this widget here and no functionality. The functionality I want to program in my next video, because I said I will simplify that. I said I won't use this thing here, but I said not this functionality, because my functionality is much more simple, because I want just a quit button. So that's it, and a play button, and that's my core, play and quit. So you press play when you see the screen and you quit, because like I said, my game is just a game which is a time waster, which means you are on a bus stop, a waiting room, and then when you open up this game, you can directly play 1 minute, and then you are probably called, or your bus comes, and then you quit it. So that's it. That's why I make this one here much more simpler. With that said, in the next video, we will implement this, because in my next video I have this one here. I will kick all out all the stuff here again. And don't forget, use source control. I will not use it because I have not cleaned up here. After you cleaned up, source control, and when you are finished, send it to your final project. That's so the workflow I have. It's working, but right now it's definitely not finished. I need to spend a little bit more time. And with that said, if you have any question, any complaints, like all time, write it in the comments, and of course write tips and tricks also in the comments. That helps too. And with that said, bye, and see us in the next. And like all time, have fun and don't give up.